Focus on my face. Hey. Cool. Today's a little bit different. Today I'm not going to be making one of my own designs. Today I'm going to be working with, I don't know if you can read that, but I'm going to be working with Sims. Sims, like the video game where you have a lot of people that speak nonsense and live life and you can make them do all kinds of crazy things. I'm going to be showing you what it's like to make a jumpsuit for Sims. You know, talking about some of the basics, the easy things. If you're someone who's interested into getting into like, you know, making your own clothes on some level, then this could be useful. I actually went to my own place, to a fabric print shop, and got their specific print printed for myself. So I'm making the jumpsuit out of that. I'm going to be showing you guys what the pattern pieces look like for this jumpsuit, what it looks like to throw it together and make it look nice and have a proper finish on all the seams. Other than that, yeah, we're making a Sims jumpsuit today. Let's do it. Okay, first things first. This is a muslin. So we call this a muslin because this is muslin cotton. It's like an unbleached, undyed cotton that you use to make samples in the fashion industry. What I like to do sometimes when it comes to something with pockets and different seams, especially if I'm doing like a boxy cut, because this is a boxy cut. I'm putting like a tie in the back, as you can see. I'm gonna spread it out I'm gonna spread it out a little bit wider so that way you can tie it more, because the person I'm making it for wants it to feel a little bit more fitted. But since this is for Sims, and unfortunately since I can't go meet this person that I'm making it for, by the way, the person I'm making it for does the voiceover for the actual character in the game that I'm making this jumpsuit from, and she's gonna wear it in real life and do like a cosplay thing, which is pretty cool. This is the muslin, this is the mock-up, this is where I start, just to make sure before I go into the final thing where I cut the real fabric that I'm using so I don't waste anything or waste money, obviously. I know what's going on, and then I can use this to fidget and figure out how I want to do things. As you can see, I've got two pockets here, so I kind of just drew in the shapes because I'm pretty sure I'm aware of how it's going to fall once I put it on there. That's just a good way to test it out and see where everything's going to fall, especially if you're adding seams in so you know where they're going to land. And then you try this on the person and you fit it from here, and then you feel comfortable to put it on your pattern and go into the real thing. So that's what making a muslin is in the fashion industry. Ding! This is the fabric. It's got like an orange kind of, you know, 2D floral. Obviously it's 2D, but you know, when you look at some fabrics, they have texture and they feel like somewhat three-dimensional. This is not. So we're gonna get going. We're gonna start cutting right now, and then I'm gonna teach you all these little things. So, got all the fabric laid out right here. As you can see, I've got all my pattern pieces done. I'm gonna go ahead, pin them all to this thing, and then we're just gonna start cutting, and then from there, we're just sailing on away. What it is about New York City, it's always been like a really aggressive place, like super duper aggressive, so much to the point where I was kind of like, this is not sustainable. People aren't supposed to live here in this concrete block with all these angry people. But specifically, the last couple times I've gone, every block there's always someone who just like looks at me in the eyes and screams "F you." They literally just scream profanities at me at every block. I don't know why, because I'm wearing a mask, nor do I even look at them or talk to them, but I get a lot of FUs nowadays. Do I have a face that looks like an affable face? I don't know, comment below if you think so, but not in the sexual way. But that was a very weird tangent, sorry about that. I feel like this is like somewhat important. This is all of the pieces that I just cut, right? This is most of it, except the only thing I'm gonna be needing on top of this is a zipper and thread and a sewing machine, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how many things are actually on this table right now, right? So we've got a lot of stuff. I showed you all the pattern pieces. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 16, 17. I might have counted these already. Let's just say 18, 19, 17 to 19 pieces because I just counted in front of you and I look like an idiot right now. Then you gotta account for the fact that each of those is usually doubled, sometimes tripled. But that's how many pieces go into this thing. It's a lot. And you never think about it when you go to a store like, I'm gonna say Forever 21. Not that I'm trying to rep Forever 21 right now, but you go to a store like that, you see a shirt on a hanger and you're like, damn, this is a $20 shirt. But you don't realize how much might go into a shirt like that. And with a super expensive brand, you might go there and be like, oh my freaking God, like this shit's so expensive. But sometimes you go through it and you look at it and you're like, damn, this is a pretty intricate piece. There's a lot of pieces going into it. There's a lot of different hand sewing techniques. But with that said, shit's still too expensive. Ugh, it's time to start marrowing. This thing's not even actually that heavy, but I just, you know, act like it is. So what this is, it's a marrowing machine, where it's, no, that's not what it's called. It marrows, but it's a serger. So what you use a serger for is you take pattern pieces, like the ones we just cut, for example, and you take this thing and you run it around all the raw edges of it. Just so you know, this is usually the cheapest way to do things. There's all kinds of other ways to finish off seams and raw edges, so that way it doesn't like fray and get all messy. This is usually the cheapest way because you just run it through a machine. It's not about doing extra sewing and extra seams. When you see a pair of pants and this on the inside, normally that's because it was, you know, the most affordable and fastest way to do it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do right now. This is what it looks like. This is the whole back panel. I went ahead and sewed one. I'll put a picture of it right here. Put a seam in the back right here too, because that's the design they want me to do. Yeah, construction.
Be away from it.
So now this is the front body. As you can see in this picture right here, the body, it's got the details right. There's a little pocket right here. It's got that little flap. A lot of people have their things. For me, I'm a big fan of just like sliding your hand in a nice flat pocket. Look at that. This is one panel, right? You look at a jumpsuit and you just see this section of the jumpsuit and you're like, oh, cool, whatever. This panel alone, for me to have put this one section together, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 12. This is 12 different cuts of fabric put in to make this one thing. I've got all these sections done now. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start pinning this, sewing it together, and then I'm done. And I feel so good being almost done. Just kidding. Little sewing tip. I don't know if this is taught by everyone. I feel like it kind of is though. But when you're doing anything with legs, like a pant for example, in a jumpsuit case, you got legs, so it's the same thing. You take it and you put it inside the other one. So you take one, make sure it's inside out, and you take the other half, both halves are in my hand, I don't know if you can tell, and you slide it inside so that it's right side facing right side, close it up, pin it, and that way when you sew along the crotch seam, it's gonna be proper, and then you can flip it out and it's just gonna be done. So that's how you sew crotch seams. I can't speak English today. I don't know what's going on. And now you just pull the leg out of the other leg, and then you take this leg. Oh yeah! Not yet, but for the most part, you got yourself a little jumpsuit. This is both sides put together, all because I sewed it along here. Now I've got to go ahead and put the collar in with the facings I just told you about. Got to put the sleeves in and the zipper in, and then I'm done. I'm so done. What's up, dudes? All right, everyone, obviously this is my mom. Looks good.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Mom. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.